Looks like we might be starting a little bit early here. 4:30 scheduled start time. We're all set to go. We're at Northeastern Clinton. This is Calvin Castine, and we're here for varsity boys soccer in the CVAC. The Saranac Laker Redskins have come all the way down the mountain to play the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars. And we'll quickly give you the roster for the visitors as we look at referee Gary Kaiser heading this way with Tom Kowalowski heading in the other direction. Brent Freeberg is the goalie. Luke Snyder is number 5. Jeremy Woodruff number 7. Mike Martin number 9. Andrew Perez number 10. Mike Felici is number 11. Kellen Walsh is 16. Mark McGinnis 17. Adam O'Neill 20. Jeff Santoro 24. Joe Moore 25. EJ Meyer 6. Eve McCarty is number 8. Jason Moriarty is 12. John Priel is 18. And Nate Supernon is number 22. For Dale Hawksby's Cougars, Alan Lapierre 3, Pat Dubuque 4, Ryan Anktil 5, John Lynch 7, Kyle Edgerton 8, Jeremy Dragoon Dragon is 10, Mike Ashline 11, Nick Babby 12, Eamon O'Brien is 13, Anthony Richard is 14, Brian LaFountain 15, Aaron Coulombe 16, Paul Hamilton 17, Travis Dupree is number 18, Brad Supernon 19, Pat Racine 20, Nick Legree 21, Sean Fay 22, Peter Castine is 23, Scott Morelli 24, Matt Arno has the highest number on the team, he's number 25. The starting goalie is Tyson Dumas. His reserve is Craig Young. Junior varsity game going on in the background. Saranac Lake with the long drive, and because of that they don't have to play the double headers here. It'll be kind of late to start heading back up the hills toward the Tri-Lakes area. Like that might be Coulombe. Mike Fay not here. He's probably at his paying job. There are 9 teams in CVAC soccer for the boys. Morelli can get the shot off. 9 teams, 3 schools do not have boys soccer teams. And maybe I'll give it some thought and tell you who they are. But in the meantime, with 9 teams, you end up with one club having a bye. And that club tonight is Northern Adirondack. And because at this point they played 1 game more than Northeastern, they are ahead of the Cougars in the standings. Northeastern needs to win here to remain tied for first with the Bobcats. We're always pleased when we see 2 of our local teams up there battling for first place. Freeberg boots it. Dupree will chest it to Ashline. Ashline up for Edgerton. Taken away. Now Edgerton's back. And put back in. Nice strong wind today. That's put in by Dupree. Ashline will let this one land. He thought about heading that one, and wisely, I think, decided to step out of the way. Babby over to Dupree. Ashline gets it to Lapierre. And the Skins have it. Ashline working hard for it. Pushed ahead by Babby. Up to Morelli. Now Coulombe up to looking for Morelli. Edgerton caught off sides. Anktil was it to the front. Now Lapierre. as we're seeing in that corner. It'll be a corner kick for the Skins. And Dumas, ooh. One of the Skins comes over and says, hello there, Tyson. Ashline. Ashline and Anktil out there side by side. Yesterday they were battling for the Cougar Tennis Championship. Anktil the victor. Now Anktil has it. Up to Lapeer, back to through for Anktil. Redskins are there first, however. And it's a red throw. And 2 years ago it was a windy Saturday late in the season when the Redskins came up to Northeastern. And in fact, the wind was blowing so much that I got out of the booth and didn't finish the game in the booth. There's a shot that Freeburg has to contend with. And I really doubted that this booth would be here the following season, but it's here and it's held up so far. But it's another windy day. Wind just seems to follow the Redskins. Ashline pushes it through, taken back, now back to Ashline, now controlled by the Skins. Nick Babby for Edgerton. Wind blowing in the Cougar faces, so it's affecting their play here in the first half. Here's a shot. It's loose. That was Coulomb, I believe, who took that shot. Dumas comes out to the corner of the penalty area. And he'll throw it up to Ashline. There's a shot, wide. Redskins bring it back. Call goes against the Cougars, and it's right outside the penalty area. Right outside the 18, about the 21-yard line. Dangerous place to shoot, right on net. Dumas is there. Punts it, the wind holds it up. Let's see, we've got number 7 Lynch in the game. I'm wondering how old this list is, if it... I may have to check this list out. I don't see LeMay listed anywhere. We'll have to listen. Maybe LeMay's on the JVs. I think it's the first varsity game we've had to do, because Mike Fay's been here for every one. So we haven't familiarized ourselves with the Cougars. This comes to over Lynch's head. Now pushed ahead by Babby. Morelli. Hugh hesitates. Morelli beats Lynch to the ball. Now Edgerton on the wing. Nice cross. Headed, but out by Lapeer. That was a nice try. Dupree. A throw in. Illegal throw. He kind of pushed it. It was kind of a push shot. It wasn't far enough over his head. Gary Kaiser explaining. Have to redo it. Subs were coming in. Coulomb controls. Kicks it deep into the Saranac Lake zone. Edgerton traps it. Up to Morelli. Morelli lofts one toward the goal. And Freeburg is there. Kind of shot you want. We're about 10 minutes into this game. Our score at the moment is all tied up. Saranac Lake nothing, the Cougars nothing. Throwing into the corner. Red throw. Up here. Morelli up to Edgerton. Now Lynch. Edgerton passes to Coulomb. Edgerton again. Babby. Ashline. Saranac Lake throw-in. Ankdale's there. Another Redskin throw. Dumas. Morelli to Ankdale, looking for Lapierre. Racine with a throw-in. Ankdale, Lapierre. Skins are going to get a shot. Well, they were till the ball backed up. A backspin on that one. That's the head up for Morelli. That was Legree who kicked it ahead. White throw-in should be Coulomb. No dangerous. Ashline to Coulomb. And a goal kick. Babby. Racine throws it in to Ankdale. Racine with the throw to Ashline. Offsides. Now, if I were reffing and to kick the ball like that after the whistle blown, I would have him go get the ball. So you got a choice. You can get the ball or get a card. We'll stop the clock and wait for you if we have to. Dumas make the sub, the stop. Redskin throw in. Now Anktail will throw it. Dupree. Coulomb has it taken away. Dupree will throw it in. Agree up ahead. Edgerton into Ashline, back to Edgerton. Morelli. Anktail chips it ahead. Lapierre gets there, takes the shot. There's the follow, and the ball is in, but was it count? Was there a whistle? What's the situation? Looks like it counts. And looks like Lapierre is the guy who did it. And it's 1-0 Cougars with 21:40 to go in the first half. Redskins kick off. Like they didn't go ahead with it, they went back. Now as long as it goes ahead, that initial kick, and then you can play it. You can't kick it backwards. Let's go ahead at least a yard, I believe. Ashline. Legree pushes it through. Got Arno in the center. Dragon is in on this side. It's a late hand call. There's a shot, just wide. Fans are asking where the goal is on the scoreboard. It's not up there. Well, let's see. Shelley Brown, and Melissa Carden. They're not going to give Cougars the goal. Fans are getting rowdy. They want that point up on the scoreboard. Now it's up, and the fans are happy. Coulomb with the throw in. We have LaFountain on the far wing. Came in after that goal. Agree, looking for Arno. Now Ashline. Dragon heads it. Up for Arno. He can score from there. And it gets in. Arno says, I'll take it. I can take better, harder shots than that, but I'll take that one. It makes up for all the bullets he hits that somebody catches. 19:32 to go in the half. It's 2-0 Cougars. Dragon gets the assist. Arno gets the goal, and just as they did a minute and a half or so ago, the Redskins kick off. Let's see if we can figure out who doesn't have a team in the CVAC. Feel free to play along at home. Now we know Mariah doesn't, because they had a boy who wanted to join the girls' team. Mariah, Class D school, they have a football team, which is quite an accomplishment for a small school like that. And obviously not enough boys to go around to field a soccer team too. So Mariah doesn't have one. And Ticonderoga doesn't have one. And another small school that has been a Class D school in the past, but I think is now back to being a Class C school. But a couple years ago, they were at the D level. And it's Tupper Lake, Lumberjacks. 22, that's Faye. He came in recently. He's throwing it in. Faye with the throw in. Arno over the top. Former Cougar defensive standout Dan Edgerton has volunteered to be a ball boy on this side. With the JV game going on at the same time, they're just unable to come up with somebody to chase the balls. So they got players doing it. So Dan is helping out on this side. This is his brother's team. Now Ashline up the wing. Arnold's there. He's got the strong foot. He's gonna call goes against red, so it'll be a kick right there. Oh, Arnold should have took that. Ashline called him off. Won't wait for the defense to set up. There's a shot from deep, right on net. That was Racine. Headed by Babby. Now Racine steps up, taken back by their skins. Agree to Racine. Redskin throw-in. Off Fay. Another throw. We have another ball boy here at this end. He's even older than Dan Edgerton. He's older than two Dan Edgertons. That's Andy Morelli. Coming out of the stands to help out. Now Fay will throw it in. Arnold. Freebird kicks it out. Gets by Ashline. Dupree. Up to the fountain. Fay with the hesitation and a throw in. Fay. Playing the man. Should be White. Coulomb goes in. Looks like Arnold might have got it. Not Arnold. With the assist from Aaron Coulomb. Arnold gets his second goal. 14:37 to go. It's 3-0 Cougars. We're in the first half. Benny Arnold just had time to put his chair down, and his son put in his second goal. Early start here. A little more difficult for parents to get here on time for the 4:30 start. That's what's nice about these double headers. By the time the varsity game gets going, anybody who's going to get here is able to get here by then at 6:30. Three nothing Northeastern. Coulomb pushes it up for Arno. LaFountain. Ooh. Now Fay. Legree. Another shot. Should point out the Brown and Cardin combination have kept up with the score there once they got the idea. Took them a while to put that first one up, but they put the other two up in a timely manner. Fay keeps it in play. Dupree gets it past the midfield line. Fay will agree. Chips it. Dragon tries to go back to Coulomb. Red throw. Another red throw in. Ashline, now Fay. They're seen. Up for Ashline, he keeps it going, gives it to Fay. Fay with the pass for Arno. Legree. Legree up on the wing. Nice move. Let's see, we have 17 in for the Cougars. Let's double check that. That's Paul Hamilton and Patrick Dubuque are in for Northeastern. Headed. Arno looking for number 3. Using his head, looking for the hat trick. Oh, that's got a sting right now, and it'll sting tomorrow. Babby will take the goal kick. Now Dubuque. A player injured over here. I don't think he was the guy who was charged into the charge. Happened back here. A player over here injured for the Skins. The player is able to come off the field. Now we're going to have a free kick here for the Redskins. It's passed. Here's the shot. Crossed. Cleared by Dupree. Skins bring it back. Dupree heads it. And coming into today's game, Cougars had the best goals allowed, goals scored ratio. I think it was about 25-7 according to the Bible of local sports, the Press Republican. Hamilton up. Hamilton again, gets it to Dubuque. Now Coulomb coming over. A red throw-in. Coulomb. Three nothing, the Cougars leading Saranac Lake. Goalie Freeberg takes the free kick. Babby. Hamilton. There's our rather subdued crowd. Compare this to the crowd we had here when the Bobcats were playing, and a different world altogether. Coulomb trying to get it upfield. Oh, nice kick from Coulomb. Coulomb gets there first. Up for Dragon. Dragon, nice move. Here's a cross in front. Yeah, nice shot by Jeremy Dragon. A weak return from the goalie. Dupree. Now will come to Ashline. For Arno. Oh, off the goalie. Nice stop there by the goaltender Freeberg. When Arno starts running on some of those, it looks like he's got 4 or 5 feet, but just got the 2. Light throw in. Eamon O'Brien will toss it in. Or Fay in the middle. And Tyson Dumas with a nice stop. Rolls it out rather bravely. Red charge. About 4 minutes to go in the first half. Fay up for O'Brien. O'Brien chips it. Offsides, number 10. We won't mention who number 10 is. He was offsides. Dupree. Taken away by the Skins. They're going to have, nope, not going to have a shot. They can't control here. Oh, here's the, finally fiddle around with it. Dumas is able to get there. Ooh. Bounced it off the back of Racine's head. That's why the team on offense can never take those for granted. Dumas says, I've got a big lead. I think I'll pay back Racine for something he said to me last week. That'd be a surprise when the ball's about 2 feet off the foot and it hits you in the back of the head. Dubuque. Up for O'Brien. Eamon O'Brien. Offside, somebody. I think it was the same fella. It can get discouraging, I'm sure. You're anxious to get up there and get in position, and suddenly the defense backs off a little bit, or they don't go in the direction you want them to go. And the ball comes into your area from behind, and all of a sudden you're offsides. White kick. He kicks it ahead. O'Brien headed back. Another head. Now Dubuque. 42 seconds. Coulomb puts it back in the area. Goal kick. O'Brien. That'll bring an end to the first half with Northeastern leading it 3-0. A small crowd here, and I expect that there just might be a few people showing up later as it gets closer to 6:30 because it was listed as a 6:30 game in the paper today. It's halftime. By popular demand, here's a close-up of the scorekeepers. Shelley Brown and Lissa Carden. Ladies are back at work, and action's about to begin in the second half. Northeastern have the wind to their back this half. They're already leading 3-0. This could get scary by the time it's over. Edgerton passes through for Morelli up to Coulomb. Looking for the quick shot. Here comes Morelli. It's shot. Rebounded. Cougars wanted that quick one. Lynch. Goal kick. Knocked down by Ashline. Taken back by the Skins. Racine. Up for Ashline. Anktel on the wing. Left line with the corner. Shot is low. Chance for the Skins. Dumas. A lot of height, not much distance on that one. Coulomb punches it to the wing. Red throw-in. Bring it back. Haven't heard much at all on the JV game. Don't know what's happening there. Haven't heard any cheering when you usually hear when you get a goal. Saranac Lake throwing. Morelli puts it low. Freeberg with the punt. Lynch. Dupree now back to Lynch. Uses Dupree. And the Redskins beat the Cougars to the ball. Now Ashline will try to push it up in the offensive zone. Dumas. Going back for Dupree. Coulomb back for Dupree. Edgerton. For Morelli. Inktail shoots over the top. This is Edgerton. He put it across. Nice ball. Lapierre. Babby up the wing for Edgerton. Lynch. Edgerton. Headed in by Inktail. Beautiful pass from Edgerton over to Inktail, and that one's for his father here, who's attending the ball game. So Edgerton to Inktail with 34:01 to go in the ball game. It makes it 4-0 Cougars. Goal kick. Free kick for the Skins. Shot is low. Cleared by the Cougars. Coulomb boots it up deep into the Saranac Lake zone. Kyle Edgerton. Never know with Kyle whether he's tripped or not. Ooh, nice shot. Not sure if that was Morelli or Coulomb will get that one off. Red throw. Ashline. Babby. This is Morelli. Chips it to the 18. Coulomb. Ashline with the corner. Lapierre heads it. Now comes to Inktail. Coulomb back to Lapierre. Puts it to the 18. And it's headed right to the goalie. Lynch to Ashline. Babby trying to control it. Morelli. Red kick. Coulomb puts it in. Aaron Coulomb makes it 5-0 Cougars. "29 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the game. 5-0 Northeastern leading the Saranac Lake Redskins. Cougars will now move into a first place tie with the Northern Adirondack Bobcats as of this taping. A lot's going to happen between now and the time you see this, though. There are, at this point, a lot of teams that can still take that first place at the end of the season in the CVAC. Cougars, Bobcats, Plattsburgh are the three usual suspects, but Beekmantown's playing very well, Seaton's playing very well, and Peru just a step behind them. It'll be discouraging for the Redskins to make that long drive, 2 hours from here to Saranac Lake, and then get whooped and have to get that long drive back. This is Arno. Both officials. That's off Arno. Freeberg. Okay, chins it. Ball come to Dumas. Let's see, whose head can I bounce it off this time, he says. Alfay with a nice kick. Red throw. The keeper wanted it. Comes to Dupree. Now Ashline up for Dragon. This time it's thrown back for the keeper. Coulomb. Oh, gets it back to Dragon, but there's a charge called. Arno puts it over the top. That'll be a goal kick. And do the goal kick again. Fay up to the 18, bounces to the keeper. Dragon is there just in case it got loose. Rowan comes to Ashline. Ashline bounces it off that guy again.
You want a bet? Yeah, I don't want that.
And a shot by Legree. Racine. Bay will throw it in. Off the defense, charge on White. Red throwing. Dragon. Pushes it through. Arnold working hard for it. There's a shot. Golden puts it over the top. Looks like my announcer arriving late. Maybe he'll take us through the last quarter of the game, or maybe he'll stay down below and enjoy it. There you go, kick. Headed by Dragon. Red throw. Coulomb. About 20 minutes to go. It's 5-0 Northeastern. Coulomb with a throw in. Punched out. Fay is there. Babby with a high bounce. Matt Arno on to pick his pocket. If he'd fumbled that one, that would have been a goal. Good hustle to be in position. And I throw it into the keeper. Ash line. Ash line gets to LaFountain. Red throwing.
Look in the newspaper.
Red throw. Dumas will come out, punts it. Ball comes to Dragon. I'll agree. White throw. And throw in at the 18. Headed by Coulomb. Goal kick for the Redskins. Ball comes to Dubuque. He'll throw it in. No, he'll leave it. And looks like Babby throwing it in. Call goes against the Cougars.
Lori.
And Dupree. Pushes it up for LaFountain. LaFountain through for Coulomb. Coulomb off the post. And LaFountain is there. I don't know. Looks like, I don't know. If it went off LaFountain, if it spun in off Coulomb's shot, I think LaFountain got it. So it's 6-0 Cougars. Brian LaFountain on the assist. Aaron Coulomb makes it 6-0. Cougars had something going, but the whistle goes against them. A red kick. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes and 10 seconds, that is. Throw-in comes to Ashline. Passes through for O'Brien on the wing. Hamilton throws it. Well, the Redskins will throw it in. Hamilton. Pushed back by Dupree. This is O'Brien. To Arnold. Yep. Oh, Eamon O'Brien will get the assist. Matt Arnold will get the goal, and it's a hat trick, and it's 7-0 Cougars. Redskins control. I'd like to get something in. Give them something to talk about in the bus ride home. Ashline. O'Brien. Hamilton. Here's the shot, and Dumas has to make a stop. Headed by O'Brien. Quick throw in, O'Brien. Skins will take the goal kick. Dubuque sends it up to LaFountain. Corner kick. Having the baby tossing contest right after the game. They're warming up over there. Alright, let's get used to some names here. Anthony Richard is number 14, and of course that was Nick Legree, 21, who got him the ball initially. Ball comes to Dubuque. Offsides. Red throw-in called. And Richard with the red hair said, I'll go throw it in, but it was the red team, not the red head. Ashline. Richard. Richard will throw it in. Down the wing, looking for LaFountain or Legree. Richard's there. Nice kick, nice kick. And the goalie will put it back to midfield. With O'Brien. Brad Supernall's in the game over in that far end of the field, number 19. It's Ashline to Dubuque. Dubuque, nice pass. A fountain, a little too high, nice try. Had the right idea. This is Ashline. Here come the Cougars. O'Brien. O'Brien lofts it in behind. Dubuque. The Skins up the wing. Racine working hard on defense. Reshore will throw it in. Off the defender, Dubuque. Warned by the ref. Not to get too excited in there. You get buck fever, I guess, when you get that close to the goal. Ashline. Racine with a high kick. O'Brien with a throw in. On a corner kick, headed by LaFountain over the top. Goal kick for Saranac Lake. We are down 2. 4 minutes to go. Ashline, strong kick up to LaFountain. He'll settle, lofts it over the goalie and over the top of the net. Goal kick, headed by Richard. Nice play there by the Redskins. The shot, it's in. And LaFountain has his second goal. 8-0 Northeastern. Red throw. Up by Legree. Richard. Red throw. There's a cross. And almost stops it. Nice try there by the Redskins. Minute and 20 to go. Legree up the wing for O'Brien. O'Brien, good hustle. Just keeps his footing. Settles. Puts it in front of the net. Good try by O'Brien. Down to 12 seconds to go. And looks like an offsides call. So the final score will be Northeastern Clinton Central School 8 and visiting Saranac Lake Redskins nothing, and that's the way it was on this 22nd day of September, the last partial day of summer, the first partial day of autumn 1997. We've been at Northeastern in beautiful downtown Champlain. This is